The Egyptian king, Pepi II Neferkare, reduced his annoyance by ordering other people to be covered in liquid gold. Why? One more time for you. The Egyptian king Pepi II Neferkare reduced his annoyance by ordering other people to be covered in liquid gold. Why?
He's a freak.
I mean, if you were covered in liquid gold, you would also be dead because you can't have liquid gold without it being quite hot.
Gold suspended in liquid? Sure. Gold paint on liquid gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess those people were his annoyances. He reduced them by killing them, by covering them in liquid gold.
Still a valid strategy these days, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I've met some people I'd like to have covered in liquid gold in my time, I must admit.
Does seem a waste of perfectly good gold, though.
Yes,
It's a difficult balance because on the one hand, you'd get rid of them. On the other hand, there they are immortalized in a very glorified sort of way.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it. Maybe he loved to sculpt golden statues, but he did find it very annoying. So he streamlined the process like, you're my model. I'm going to cover you in liquid gold. Look what I made. What a great pharaoh I am.
Isn't there some TV series, I'm thinking a Game of Thrones thing or something like that, that used it as a tortured, murdered plot or something like that?
Yeah. Ooh. They kill Daenerys' brother, giving him a crown of gold, and they pour the molten gold on his head, and he goes, my head, I'm all golden. I'm dead now. I believe is what he says.
Well, very luckily, before we get too elaborate into the murder methods, this is not quite as macabre as all that.
Okay.
It is not that intense. And the people certainly weren't happy, but they did survive.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so it wasn't molten gold then. It can't have been.
Just liquid.
Must be in a suspension or something like that, so you can apply it
paint.
as paint. All right.
Yeah. But why would you do it? I mean, that's the other thing. If you don't like them,
Well, what's going to annoy you so much that you think, you know what, I'm just going to cover people in gold. Yeah. I've been trying, I'm just going to cover them in gold. Can we just get this done? I just cover some people in gold. Like, what's the annoyance that leads to that?
That's a good question. What annoyance?
What problem does this solve?
And annoyance is a very appropriate term.
But this is a pharaoh that's doing this, an Egyptian pharaoh type person, who I've never heard of. Because I thought you said Pepe, which I then... What's his name again?
Yeah, he is a Pepi II Neferkare, to give it fully.
Okay, I'm thinking about annoyances here. I am annoyed by mosquitoes. Is he really consistently bugged by mosquitoes in the Cairo and the Nile Delta where he lives? And honestly, this was a random guess, and I'm starting to believe this in my own head. And
chase it.
There's so many mosquitoes, they're annoying him, and mosquitoes are attracted to shiny things. That's crows. Never mind. That's crows.
And magpies.
But the mosquito's just the crow of the bug world. Keep going.
Right.
We can keep rolling with this because you are incredibly close. Not mosquitoes, but flies. Flies is exactly what was annoying him.
All right.
Is liquid gold just another term for honey? And they were just sticky honey people, and all the flies landed on them and went, I'm not going to bother the pharaoh. There's honey.
You are 100% right. You're on a roll today. Liquid gold, the very poetic phrasing for it.
Yeah.
It was indeed. This pharaoh, I don't know when this was, particularly in his reign, but he started his reign very young. So for all I know, this was a thing that he came up with when he was a 12-year-old pharaoh who didn't mind bothering other people. But boy, those Egyptian flies, they really got to him. So to make the flies go to other people instead, what better way than to cover them in honey?
Wow. But then I'm now intrigued because are flies... I mean, I accept the explanation, but I'm just wondering, are flies attracted to honey? I think of flies as being attracted to really quite unpleasant things, like rotting meat, feces. That's what flies like. Bees like honey.
Yeah, I've heard that you can catch more flies with vinegar than with honey.
Yeah, I do grant you, I have nothing in here that mentions the level of success.
Yes.
We need a control group covered in honey and one group covered in vinegar.
Yes, to see.
Yeah. In addition, like we say, maybe he did this when he was 12, but he also had a potentially extremely long reign, this pharaoh. Sources differ, but there are some that go as far as a very optimistic 94 years. So maybe it's the exact opposite. He was a really crotchety old pharaoh, and he was getting his revenge on those around him.